Hey everybody, welcome in to Tuesday night. That's right, we're on Tuesday night tonight. Welcome on in everybody for joining in. Of course, we do have a Sam's Club drop happening again. It just seems to be happening every Tuesday, but wait, it's available for everybody that has not got a chance. It's 2 per account, so if you did already purchase 2 through Sam's Club, maybe they've lifted that rule, but it's 2 per account. So if you've already gotten 2, you're not going to probably be able to get any. You can try it, it never hurts anything, but that's happening at 10 p.m. So 10 p.m. Central Time here. So once again, end of this live basically is going to be about the time. I'm not going to end the live early with that aspect because of the fact that we are at that point, and it's just, if I've already gotten it, you've already gotten it. If it's already gone through on Sam's Club, you're probably not going to be able to get any more. So I do want to just put that out there at the beginning, that we have that. This live is going to be a rant. And you want to know something? I just saw, honestly, when I was sitting down making the video for this, I've been ranting for the last 2 days since I saw this particular video, and it's like the stupidity that we continue to see in this hobby and what's going on with content creators right now is absolutely driving me nuts. 2 for what? Prismatic Evolutions, the Tyranitar, Lucario boxes are coming back to Sam's Club tonight. So if you have not gotten a chance at them, you will have a chance to get them here tonight. 9 p.m. Central or 10 p.m. Central Time here. So just so everybody's aware, if you have not gotten them, you can get 2 per account. And from what I tried the last time, I was not able to get another set of it. So it's 2 per account. If you already ordered them, maybe they'll lift that this time. But previously, I was not able to get them on either one of the accounts because I already had them. So just so you guys know, Sam's Club is dropping. I'm not going to end the live because the chances are is that most of us on here have probably gotten them. Or if you are going to go get them, then they're going to be available for you. So I'm not going to end the live early because of that. So I wanted to sit here and do a rant. Basically, this is something that's just been running through my head for the last few days. I was letting the first one go. I've let things kind of just slide because I don't usually go after content creators, and you're gonna know the content creators. There's no way that I'm gonna avoid not making this known basically about what's going on right now. And once again, it's something that I think that is just absolutely ridiculous. The things that keep coming out of content creators' mouths, the things that they continue to say that they're doing, but then show that they're not doing it. The amount of people that are sitting there saying the things you can see. I'm going to show you right now. My shelves are emptying out completely. That's because I'm doing what I'm saying. I'm selling stuff, guys. I am literally selling into this market. Why not? I did this in Sword and Shield in 2020. I'm doing it here in 2025. I am selling down. My shelves are going empty, except for certain collection, like my Prismatic, this UPC or SPC, whatever you want to call it. Certain products I'm holding on to, but when I'm telling you I'm selling down, I am literally selling down. You can see it behind me. It's evident. My binders now have a spot on the shelf. I couldn't have fit them on there here 3 months ago. There's no way that would even fit in there. I am keeping Campbell's soup on my shelf because that's how much space I have available to me right now. And basically, I'm selling out, and I've been selling out. You can see it evident. Shining Fates went through the lives the other night. I'm pulling stuff out. I'm slowly getting rid of it. I'm seeing a lot of content creators sitting there saying that they're selling everything out, but yet their shelves are full of stuff that they're saying they're selling out. I'm selling out of this, or this is going to get a massive reprint. We're going to see so much of this product come back that I'm going to hold on to it while it's market's hot. Why are you going to hold on to that product if the markets are hot if you honestly believe that there's going to be a reprint that's going to track this? Now, there's certain content creators that have just really, really been bothering me when it comes down to this information, things that they continue to say. We have content creators saying that it's the best market for collectors. I've let that one go. I didn't go into it, but he put on another video that's like, what are we doing? What are you telling people to do? And the worst part is that I just watched Brian from Pokémon, and he had, just before this live, I'm watching it going, this is exactly my issue is, if you continue to do these things and you tell people you're doing something, you do something exact opposite. You're talking about a market that doesn't make any sense. And when we sit there and look at the fact that this is going to pop, why are you holding on the product? If you do believe it's going to pop, if you truly do believe that this market's going to get a massive reprints and deflate, that the prices are going down, why are you holding on the product? Why are you not selling? Why are you not getting rid of your Prismatic Evolutions ETBs? If you truly believe that there's going to be massive reprints to the point where it's going to go $55, why wouldn't you liquidate what you have now, show that you actually believe in what you're saying? And it's not just one creator. I'm seeing this with several creators saying this. And when we go back to it, they still have it on the shelf, right? they still have a shelf full of it, but yet they're telling you it's going to get massive reprint. Why not liquidate and be prepared for the big reprint that's going to bring it down to MSRP or lower this price, and then buy 2 of them for the price of 1? That's what I would do if I conscientiously are going to tell you to sell something. I'm doing that. I've always done that, guys. I know you guys have seen that. When I tell you to buy something or I'm buying something, I'm usually showing you what I'm buying. I'm telling you exactly what I'm buying. I try to stay step for step. I'm not telling you to buy something while I'm selling something. You can go to my website so you can see that I do not have them listed anywhere if I'm telling you to buy something. I'm not selling into something I'm creating, because as we're learning more and more, even small content creators such as myself have the ability to really cause an issue in this market and really influence where this market goes. Big or small, if you say with enough confidence that I believe that this SPC is going to get a massive reprint next month. Guys, Christmas is coming, November, Black Friday, this SPC is going to be done to the ground. You should sell out of it right now. And if I say that with enough confidence, and I have enough credibility behind me that's shown that I've been doing this for a long period of time in the hobby, the chances are is that it may influence the market. Guys, 100% telling you right now, do not sell your SPCs. That was just an absolute joke, so I'm not trying to influence the market and change that down. And that's what we could see, though. You could see that market dip because of the influence. But then we have people saying that as a collector, this is the best market and that you could purchase for collectors right now. Guys, this is a horseshit market for collectors. 100% horseshit. I am a collector. I have binders full of collections. I have binders of sealed product. I have tons of cards. This is an absolute horseshit market for collection. My collections have not been growing hardly at all because, number one, as a collector, I don't care if a card is worth $500. It is zero. It has no monetary value to me if I'm collecting that card. The Mewtwo, I don't even watch the price of it hardly any longer because it's a collection piece. I wanted it for my collection. I got it for my collection. The price is irrelevant. Does not matter. So if I can open up packs, instead of paying $8.50 a pack and paying $4 a pack, I'm going to want to open $4 packs so that I get a good chance of hitting a cheaper chase card that I want for my collection. It's absolutely asinine that a person that's talking about collecting is all about money, and he thinks that we're excited because we got to pay $8, $9, $10, $15 for a pack of Prismatic to try and chase a card. And the fact of the matter is that as a person in a collecting position that collects cards, I hate this. I am not collecting. I am not buying stuff for collections. I am not building collections because the price is too high. My kids are suffering on the collecting side of things because we can't afford to open packs. 100% honesty. I take some, we open some when we get some products. Yes, I give them some just to keep them in the market, but we are hurting the kids. They're hurting the younger generations at this point in time. And if you're trying to justify your mindset that this is good because it's great for collectors, because there's $500 chase cards out there and the packs are $8, so intrinsically you're doing better because there's more money when you hit that chase. Yeah, you got to open 1,200 packs to get that Mewtwo. So yeah, 1,200 packs at $8.50 a piece versus $4 a piece. I could definitely see where the value is inside of that particular chase card. So once again, other part, loved it. Next video. If you guys have watched a recent video on that channel as well, let's do vending machines, guys. Why not? Go and buy a vending machine and put it into your mall, because that's the high traffic area where people will pay $5 for a bottle of water. So obviously they're going to pay top dollar for that Pokemon product. So let's do that. Let's go buy a vending machine. Oh, wait. I can't even do a vending machine because I can't get product from distribution. So what am I going to fill that vending machine with? Well, because I'm putting it in a high traffic area, I can go to Best Buy, Walmart, and Target, Skype everything, go put it in the vending machine where I have to do very little work and make money off of that. Because that's exactly what we're doing right now, guys. I can't get product to sell on my normal websites, but yet, ta-da, we're going to go and fill vending machines now because that's a good business ploy right now in today's market. So yes, these are just brilliant ideas that work so well. Oh yeah, let's go for graded cards because that's a new trick that hasn't been out there before, because the average person understands how to grade a card, and there's some really good monetary value in pulling cards that have a 30% hit rate, right? You're going to go pay $400 or $500 for a card, and ta-da, we're going to get hits on PSA 10s. Oh yeah, and pay that premium grading because we know that everybody around us has nothing but money in their pockets to go and take these risks because this is a really good thing to do. It's just like, oh, this is the things I'm seeing. I'm seeing people telling people to go buy all this stuff now because the prices are just going to continue to go up. It's going to be great, guys. $700 Destin's Rivals, I could definitely understand where that's coming from. I think it's a really good set. I could see the value being there in a set that's only 4 or 5 months old. Great investment plan. I think if you can get this at $600, I literally saw a content creator on YouTube say this. If you can get this at $450 right now, even if it goes to $600, I think it's a great buy. $600, you buy that, it's going to be a $1,000 car or box by the end of 2026. I just know by the way the performance of the Destin's Rivals set that's definitely something that's going to happen, right? These are the things right now. And once again, PokeNE said it perfectly at the end of it, and it's where I was going to. Right now, there's no accountability on the YouTube space at all for throwing these ideas out there and saying dumb shit. Because number one, if it works, you're a champion. You're a hero, right? You had foresight and you did it. And if you're wrong, you just put out an apology video going, hey, I'm sorry that the vending machines didn't work out and that there was no product available for it. I know that you guys probably went and bought this vending machine that I told you. I got a coupon down in my description for $500 off this bad boy that I probably got some money back too for selling it because, hey, there's a good coupon link down there for you guys on that one. And yeah, well, I didn't tell you needed to get a distribution. And well, I didn't tell you that, you got to have a way to stock that thing somehow. But, hey, we're going to do some really good opportunities in this particular option by buying that vending machine. You can put whatever you want in it, right? You can go get Magic Gathering, whatever. Oh wait, you got to have a distribution, a hard store for that. Maybe you get, I don't know, you got to have a hard brick and mortar for that as well. Well, just go stick Dragon Ball Z in the damn thing because we got Dragon Ball Z and Digimon sitting. Digimon, just stick Digimon in the damn thing because you can still get that at a distribution right now at this point in time. At least I think you can when their sets come out like once every year or so. But we can just kind of work through that, and you can just put we got some new TCGs coming out there. Just stuff them in there too. Somebody will eventually be able to buy that crap out of there if it sits there and you pay rent and for the space and pay 10% probably to the store owner for having it in there, plus possibly electric bill, whatever. Yeah, we can just go with whatever. So once again, it's just the asinine comments that we are currently having inside of this hobby right now are just absolutely ridiculous. And the problem is that there is no accountability currently on these people and in these individuals right now for what they're actually doing, what they're actually saying. And I know right now by what I just said on here and basically by what I've been putting out here at this point in time, I am going to get a ton of people from certain content creators coming into this chat afterwards and saying, well, you just don't know. You're a clown because you don't understand the market. No, I understand the market. I understand business. I've been in business a lot longer than Alex has been. And the fact of the matter is that, yes, you can sit here and come play the games and try and sit there and throw things at the wall. If you want to put up a vending machine and you have the product, go for it. But I also know that you're probably not getting very much more from distribution than I am. And a lot of the stuff you're buying is at MSRP, or you got some sources, maybe Eli from Pokemart USA, getting you that sources to be able to fill that up if you're paying the membership fee for them as well. These are all the frustrations that we are currently seeing right now, and it's all coming to a head, and it's just like now, all bets are off, right? Everybody's saying what they want, how they want, when they want. They are literally just throwing everything out there, if it's realistic or not, whether or not it's a smart thing to do or not. They're just saying it because, hey, it gets them views, it gets the people in there talking, it gets people into their comment sections, they get people saying in the comment section, yeah, this is a really good idea, I'm going to go check out my areas. Do you have a distribution? How many people? Raise your hand in the chat right now. If you're put it in the comments afterwards, just raise your hand and put a hand emoji in there right now if you have access to distribution. Right now, I think I have access. I'm willing to bet that there's probably nobody in this chat right now that has access to a distribution, and my access to distribution is absolute horseshit. So I have it. Is it good? Is it good enough to be putting a vending machine someplace? No, I can't even barely run a live, let alone sit there and try and actually do a vending machine or other outside sources. The only thing that would be good with a vending machine is honestly to sell overpriced products that you're buying at MSRP from sources like poster collections with Prismatic and putting them in these things because you overpaid for them and you can overprice them at the malls even further to try and get there. So you can sit there and be the ultimate scalper, right? You're turning yourself into the ultimate scalper flipper to literally take product from Walmart, whatever big box store you have sitting over here, and go and put it in a vending machine over here and sell it for double the price because it's in a high traffic area where people just pay money because it's in a mall. That's the situation and the idea that we have right now when it comes down to the current market and what we're thinking. It's really, really dumb. I wish that there would be some solution to this. I know what the solution is, and I've said it 100 times. The solution's not coming, and I don't know why. It may eventually. People need to also understand the difference between investing and flipping. If you're going to sit there and invest in something, if you want to be a day trader, then call yourself a day trader of Pokemon. Don't call yourself an investor. Don't call yourself an investor if you're trying to flip products and make immediate profit on this stuff. Investing is long-term, guys. Investing is 5 years. If you're buying a product because you think that in 5 years it'll do well, you're going to have very little influence on the market if you do so. If you're buying a product, unless you're buying like pallets and truckloads of it, typically if you think that something's going to be long-term, you're not going to put a huge amount of money into it because you know that it's going to have to sit on a shelf for a long period of time. You're going to buy products that are secure and simple, something that you're going to be able to not worry about needing to make income on it, that you're going to be able to just sit there and go away. So celebrations, you might buy a case of Celebrations ETB. The new set's coming out. I just put them on Discord too. Join the Discord, guys. I'm going to keep trying to put some discounts out there for you guys as well. But also, we just put out the new sets to celebrate, or was it Eternal is the new 30th anniversary set supposedly coming out. Whether or not there's validity to it, I put it up there. Could be the real list, could not be. I'm willing to bet it's probably pretty close, but Eternals is going to be called the 30th anniversary. So if you go buy 2 cases of Eternals ETBs, if it's a specialty set or a booster box set, buy a case and put it away for long-term, 5-10 years, you're going to do well, and you believe that that set's going to do well, then you're okay. But you're usually not putting pallets of material away. Most people in this world are not putting pallets away. You're talking to a very small, specific subset of people that have a lot of money to do that. The majority of the people watching this, the majority of the people watching our YouTube channels are just people that are working their day jobs that are potentially looking to make a couple bucks. And if that's the case and you're looking for that investment, it's going to make you a couple bucks 5, 10, 15 years down the road, then you can definitely do that. And you can definitely have that opportunity in this market. I think that you could sit there and time the market. And once again, I see people talking about not timing the market. We don't time the market anymore. We just buy. If you like something, you go buy some of it. If you think that if it's any Pokemon product, just go buy it, because it doesn't matter. 6 months down the road, it's going to have value. 10 months down the road, it's going to have value. 6 years down the road, no matter what set you get, you could pay top dollar now, and you're going to supposedly make money on everything come 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. That's the theory right now. That's how everybody's kind of perceiving things when they're talking about it and how they're telling people to do that. I honestly don't believe that. I will tell you straight out, I don't think that everything's going to be valuable 10 years down the road. I think that there'll be some things that'll be outstanding, there'll be some things that'll be middle ground, and there will be some things that'll just be absolute junk. It really depends on reprints. It really depends on the people. Prismatic, right now, honestly, guys, this could be the hottest take that there is right now in the Pokemon space, but I think Prismatic is going to be a shit set come 10 years. And I'm going to tell you why. I'll give you 2 reasons right now. 2 reasons why. 3. I can give you 3 reasons right now why I think that Prismatic Evolution is going to be an absolute just donkey set when it comes down to it. It's not going to be Evolving Skies 2.0. It's going to be a very bottom tier set. You're not going to be able to sell it. Number 1 reason is nobody wants it because nobody got a chance to open it. It was so high off the beginning. Absolutely nobody knows what it's like. Nobody knows what's in that set. Nobody's enjoyed that set. Nobody has any memories of that set. No kid has a memory of that set. It's been too expensive for parents to buy for their kids. That's the reason why. Number 2. Absolute investment set. The only people that have interest in Prismatic Evolutions at this point in time are people that are strictly in it for investment. They don't care about the sets itself. They don't care about the cards. They care about it, making it, creating a falsified Evolving Skies 2.0 because it's an EV set. It's not Evolving Skies, guys. At the end of the day, I'll tell you right now, it's not Evolving Skies. It has not got the same compilation. It does not have the same cards. It does not have the same build-up. It does not have the same feel to it as Evolving Skies. Number 2. Number 3, hit rates are absolute trash and horseshit. Nobody's going to spend big dollars to open this futuristically and get dog shit hits. Saying it right now. The hit rates are absolute garbage. I've opened probably about 50 packs of this, and I have hit jack shit. And honestly, I've hit a couple Master Balls. I've hit a couple EXs, just simple EXs. And I have hit a ton of little Pokeballs, but they're absolute dog shit hit rates. I'm not even interested in opening it anymore. I've had people contact me going, hey, do you want to buy Prismatic Evolutions because, hey, you can sell it on your streams? No, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with that set. So even me as a business person at this point in time, I caught myself looking at it and someone asked and I said, no, I'm not interested. That's how much I don't like Prismatic Evolutions anymore, and I'm not the only person in that boat. You have that persona of the set, and honestly, that's what's going to kill that set futuristically. You're getting rid of the nostalgia factor to it, and that's the reason that a lot of Pokemon sets do well futuristically. That's the reason that Pokemon does well. Why do people want to open up base set, and why do people want to pay big money for Jungle, Rocket, and all that other part as well, is the fact that people have nostalgia to it, right? Will I open a base set pack for $350, $500? Yeah, I would. It would feel good, right? It would feel like being back at my card shop when I was a kid 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, at whatever point I sit there and do it. I've opened them and I enjoy it, right? We've had fun with them and it's nostalgic. It feels good. Even though it's expensive, it feels good to open. Even though you know that if you can weigh them and get a heavy and a light, and if you get a light, you know you're not going to get a hit. Chances are very little to none that you're going to get a hit, but you get that good feeling for it. You get that nostalgic feel. You feel the packs, you feel the cards, you see the art that you did when you were a kid, and it gives you that nostalgic feeling to it. Same thing with a lot of Sword and Shield for our kids as well. As my son gets older, he likes opening up older stuff because, hey, I remember when we were opening this. He does it already. Hey, I remember when we were opening this during the pandemic when we were chilling at home, and we opened this and we hit this card out of that set. I mean, that's the memories that are associated with it on why millennials are so stuck on Pokemon. Why is the age group of 30 to 45 right now the heaviest into this market is because we all have a feel. It's a feeling for us. And if you take a set and you rip it away from anybody that will open it that could get those feelings for that set and give it bad hit rates and make it so expensive that very few people are opening it except for people chasing investments, or that investors are the only people that got their grubby little hands on the set, it makes it so that nobody has interest in that set futuristically, and the value of it will not be there. This set could be surpassed by many other sets because of that. So I'm not saying that I'm 100% sure this is 100% a hot take, but I feel like the Prismatic Evolutions is going to be a dog shit set come 10 years. I think that there's going to be a lot of sets around it that are going to do well. Destin's Rivals, I think, could do extremely well. If we get some reprints, 151, I feel will do extremely well, just because a lot of people got their hands on it. It moved around to people. A lot of individuals got to touch that set, even though No Neck Charizard isn't exactly the best Charizard in the world. I think the 151 will do extremely well. Crown Zenith, futuristically, I think will be a fantastic set. People are going to really love Crown Zenith. Even Paldean Fates. Paldean Fates, people are going to love Paldean Fates. You could buy a 10-pack of Paldean Fates for $38 or $380 back in 2023 when it came out, or 2024 when it came out, when the market wasn't as hot, and you could really have a lot of fun with that and really enjoy Paldean Fates. So Paldean Fates, another one. I think it'll do really well futuristically. It's a fun set. People got a taste for it. The hit rates aren't too bad. You don't feel bad when you open it. You know you're going to probably get something, at least a hit out of the cards, some baby shinies and some other cards, chances on some EX on every booster box. Kind of like Shining Fates. You know that if you open up an ETB of Paldean Fates, that you're probably going to get a full art or a full art shiny inside of it, so you really get that feel, that nostalgic to it, and it's going to be fun to open. Shining Fate's another one I think will do really well. Overall, I think if you go down the list of sets that are going to do well in the future, honestly, I don't have that feeling with Prismatic. I think Prismatic is going to get surpassed by a lot of these sets, and we're even seeing it with some of the Prismatic or some of the other set cards as well. We're seeing some boosts. And I think the other reason is, too, is people just don't care about Moonbreon as much. Or Umbreon, the new Sunbreon, whatever you want to call it. I think people are losing interest in that set even faster. The pricing of it's too high. The chase isn't as fun. There isn't as many people chasing it. And I think overall we're just going to continue to see this tumble-down effect when it comes down to Prismatic. That's just my hot take. You can take it for what it is. Going back to the rant, though, I think that we need to be starting taking some caution in this hobby, guys. What people are saying is not exactly the best things out there, and I think some credibility needs to be put on some of these content creators. I think that people need to go into their comment sections and start saying, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I think that this is a really dumb idea. And this is why I think, don't just say it's dumb. Don't put the clown emoji in there, because that's not really a good thing. The way to do it is to go in there and express why it's dumb. Put a comment in there with some substance that says, I think that this is dumb because how are you going to supply this vending machine? How are you going to continue to operate this vending machine in the current hype? And when the market switches and the products are now cheap, let's just say we get massive reprints of this product, what is going to happen and how is this going to continue to be a profitable hobby? Is that vending machine going to be profitable when you can buy Pokemon everywhere? When you go to the mall, and yes, you have the only thing right now that has cards today 6 months down the road, we get massive reprints of a bunch of these sets. And every place in the mall now has Pokemon because they were all on the waiting list and had distribution contacts inside of the store. And now have it in the store selling it cheaper than your vending machine because they're getting it really, really fast and a lot of it. Why are people going to go to your vending machine at that point in time? And that's where people will go bankrupt, when people will start losing money, is the fact that they do not think of all the repercussions of running a business. A vending machine is a business at the end of the day, not understanding all of the things. And here's my business mind. Everything I do, I look at the pros, the cons, and I really weigh the cons against the pros. There have got to be any con that I can come up with, there better be 2 pros to override that con. Otherwise, the risk is getting too high at that point in time. And that's the situation that we are currently seeing right now in this market. So if you guys want to, I think it's good for maybe putting some accountability on some of these content creators, pointing out the obvious things, pointing out the issues that we are seeing with them, really pointing out there why this is a bad idea, and, you know, and make them debate you. Give them a good reason to debate you and give you a reason in the comments on why this is really a good idea. If they can't counter why you're telling them it's a bad idea, then they're obviously either A, should recant or go back and change their content, or B, they're going to ignore you, block you, and get you out of the comments because of the fact that you just don't like that and that they don't like you. And that's exactly what we see a lot of times too, is people getting blocked out of comments that are putting reason to these content creators that make them look bad, and they don't want to see it. So once again, there's a lot of things out there right now. Is there things in the market? No. Honestly, right now in the market, there isn't a lot of stuff for investment things. We can talk about investment opportunities. We can talk about things that are possibly available in the market, and we can talk about things that you could take risks at. But right now, the risk reward inside of the Pokemon TCG is pretty high. If you can get things at MSRP, I think that you're a good deal. If you can go and pick up some ETBs at MSRP, you're doing well. If you could go to Pokemon Center and buy the blisters and the, what was it, base set, or Sword and Shield base set was available on Pokemon Center. I'm guessing a clean out as well. If you get an opportunity at those actual pieces and you can get them in there for MSRP, you're doing really well. Am I going much about MSRP? No, and it's not because I'm afraid of massive reprints. I'm just afraid of the market currently right now. If I'm selling stuff, I mean, I'll go somewhat over for if I'm opening it for myself and enjoying, I'll go a little bit higher. But in general, I think that the bigger thing you need to look at for the investment side of things, if you're looking at an investment, if you're looking for it for fun and you're just opening up packs to try and get that chase card for yourself, and that's what you enjoy to do, that's your hobby, that's what you want to do, absolutely. Do it. I mean, I have no problem. I go and buy packs sometimes too for $8, $9. Why not? I support someone that I enjoy, and I'm taking a risk that I know I'm taking the risk with. It's a gamble. I get it. But it's a gamble that I'm willing to take and try to see what I can work it out with. So that's what we kind of look at when we're talking about it, and when we're looking at how we're going to move forward and how we handle ourselves in Pokemon TCG. So if we're looking at it from an investment aspect, look for stuff that you think will do for 5 years, good for 5 years. Look at things that you will be wanting for 5 years that you think will do well 5 years down the road. Do you think Mega Evolutions will be desirable 5 years down the road? Do you think that, you know, Phantasmal Force or Flames is going to be desirable 5 years down the road? Do you think that Crown Zeniths will be desirable 5 years down the road? And will that desire be enough to drive the market up in price? Those are the things that you really got to be looking at when we're talking about investments, and when you're looking at investments in the Pokemon TCG. How do you perform that? Where's the best time to buy these things? Start looking at market share, market opportunities. When's a good time to buy those? And when's the best time to buy these actual things? Timing the market is still necessary. You can buy everything at every high point that you want, but in general, eventually you're going to get caught on that. The market will shift. Up is not always a forever thing, and we do have corrections at a point in time. So, once again, it's just been a lot of frustrations. The more videos I watch, some content creators are doing really well. I think that there's some really good information put out there, call-outs on this, people talking about the right things, on how the securities aren't there, and to take your time, be smart, and make sure you're working through things. Make sure that if you're buying stuff and you're doing investment, you're taking high-risk investments, that you don't have any debt and you don't need that money back. Stop looking at stuff as quick flips. I've been hearing a lot of content creators talking about that too. Stop looking at everything as a quick flip in this time, because at any point in time now, this could shift into a non-quick flip market. This could become a very solid market very quickly, depending on what Pokemon does in the next 6 months leading up to the 30th anniversary. Maybe past the 30th. Not 100% sure how far they're going to push it, but I do believe wholeheartedly that we have another printing company online too, which will be a very interesting thing to see what will happen with that. So, all right, I'm going to kind of go at the bottom here because I'm going to kind of work up, but I am going to just do a quick shout out to everybody that's in the chat. We got Blitzkrieg, thank you so much for being in here. James from Alamo City, welcome on in as well. Antonio, as always, thank you for being in here tonight. iFOMO, welcome on into the chat. Market Scraper, thank you so much for being here as well. We do have Jacob hanging with us here in the background. Thank you so much, and a couple comments as well. And then on top of it, we got Horizon hanging with us, and Lucky K. Thank you so much for being in here as well. We got Ledsman. Thank you for being in here also. And I think that's all the people I see so far that have answered in the chat. But I do want to go towards the bottom because I've been seeing stuff. So yes, Pokemon Center today had Brilliant Stars, Sleeve Blisters, and base set booster boxes come out from Sword and Shield. So hey Charlie, how's she going tonight? And we got Poke New Flow exclusive in the house as well. Welcome on in, guys. Like I said, we ran into a little bit of a rant, just frustrations over things that I'm just continuing seeing in this market. And you let some things go. And I try not to do these videos because I'm always trying to stay neutral. But at some point in time, when you see them just kind of keep piling up, they should be addressed and they should be talked about. And especially if you're talking about the market and what's happening in the Pokemon market, they should be addressed and at least brought forward on why they're not necessarily the best things in the world at this point in time. I never hit on the Pokemon Center restocks. They're pretty tough. You got to have some good sites set up. Jacob says here, I'll be interested to see if the Umbreon stays as popular in 5 to 10 years. I think the Umbreon from Evolving Skies will. I think Evolving Skies Umbreon's definitely got its place right now for how it's performing and where it's going to go. I think that it's going to do well. I think the one that I'm curious about is Prismatic Evolutions. I don't know if it's going to hold up its grandeur compared to the one in Evolving Skies. That's just my real thought process on it right now. The other thing is, too, is a lot of it's going to be depending on how long or if we continue to have this, like, push with, how do I say it? A push with the evolutions movement. It seems like there's a big evolutions movement. We can go back for a long period of time, and evolutions have been outperforming Charizards pretty readily now for the last few years. Even historically, we're seeing it go back in time. A lot of them are performing better than other ones at this point in time. But how long that'll change, will there be something else to become a big movement in Pokemon TCG may also be a factor when it comes down to how they perform futuristically on that part. So that's definitely something to consider when you're looking at the Umbreons. I think that the Evolving Skies one, though, I think it's only going to go up from here because Evolving Skies, the sealed product, keeps going up in price, and it's going to drag like the singles up as well, just naturally. As booster boxes get more expensive, then of course they do go up as well. Let's see here. You got to give Crown Zenith a shot. I recommend opening a couple of Sea and Sky boxes. Still good price per pack value there. Invest in ETB. Yeah, I think so. Vending machines are expensive and have a high chance of being vandalized. Exactly. Can you imagine coming up to your vending machine and someone just broke the glass out of it and stole all of your Pokemon products out of it? What do? You're screwed, right? You're absolutely screwed. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. You can try and get insurance for it, but then you're paying an insurance premium for that as well because it is a highly vandalized item, especially when you got some very expensive product inside of it as well. They better have some really good glass or bulletproof stuff on there because I've seen vandals get into some of the vending machines fairly easily at this point in time. Brilliant Stars, Silver Tempest is good in my opinion. Lugia, Charizard, Iconic. Yes, very, very good sets. Do agree. If you're going to go back, you really want to look at investments at this point in time. I've been spending a lot of times inside of like the Sword and Shield era right now. There are some good values right now still in the Sword and Shield era. I still think the Crown Zenith has got a lot of growth yet to happen in the next couple of years. I do think like Silver Tempest, as was just mentioned, Brilliant Stars to me is still a little bit behind. Lost Origins definitely driving the pack right now. Fusion Strike, of course, taking off Chilling Reign. Some of them sets are really, really driving hard. But I also think that if you really want to take a risk and put a little bit of a risky maneuver on something, but I don't think it's too high of a risk, is jumping in on Astral Radiance at this point in time, too. I think Astral Radiance it's lagging. It's definitely getting, got the short end of the stick when it comes down to Chase Card and Trainer Gallery. But I think in general, the Trainer Galleries people are trying to complete those. I know quite a few people out there in the community right now that are consistently trying to complete those Trainer Gallery sets. And the EX and the Black Border ones are definitely a lot harder to hit. And that's a factor when it comes down to the performance of that as well. Any of those Trainer Gallery sets, because of the fact that there are a little bit harder cards to hit inside of that Trainer Gallery, definitely has an opportunity to do well because people are going to continue to try and fill those up and keep moving it forward on it. So that's kind of what you'll be looking at. Honestly, a lot of the Sword and Shield stuff at this point in time, I feel very, very confident in that you can probably jump in if you haven't already. If you're new and haven't had the opportunity, or just been new to the hobby and just really haven't picked anything at this point in time, I think that Crown Zenith has some opportunity. I think that Astral Radiance, I think Brilliant Stars, and Silver Tempest are a little bit lagging compared to like Lost Origin. So there's definitely some opportunity in the Sword and Shield era at this point in time. But I think that early era Scarlet and Violet at this point now is coming of age as well. Base set, Paldea Evolve, definitely. I enjoy Paldea Evolve. I've been saying that for 2 years, that it's a very, very good set. I think people have, Antonio and them can probably say, I've been saying that that's been a very good set for the last 2 years. It's one of my favorite sets in the early era of the Scarlet and Violet era. I think that it's a very strong set. There's a lot of illustrated rares, secret illustrated rares in there that are desirable, and that's really going to be a factor to the overall performance of that set. Obsidian Flames, of course, having a drive right now. Charizard's, of course, starting to push a little bit more with Phantasmal Flames coming forward. Charizard's having a push. Obsidian Flames Charizard went from a $38 Charizard, $40 Charizard. Now it's pushing, what, over $100 the last time I looked. Getting close to $100 if it has not crossed it at this point in time. So another one. I mean, there's just a lot of things in that early era, and you're getting away from the chances of reprints at this point in time as well. That's the other factor I always look at when I'm looking at trying to put the long-term investments out there, is when's a good time to jump in it? Yeah, just cross $100. So the Obsidian Flames Charizard as of today is $304. So $304 for that Charizard right now. Other cards in the set still not doing too bad. Granted, not as crazy as the Charizard, but that's to be expected. Gold Charizard 30, Ninetales 30, Cleffa sitting at about 26. The Gloom is about $16. So still, I mean, you still have a good grouping of cards, illustrated rares, that are at least $5 plus or $10 plus right now, which is always nice to see in a set. And the pricing on those are all starting to go up. So I'm opening up a couple of them. They're all kind of going up, but the PSA 10s are really starting to drive up in value, which means I would think in the next couple months there might be some buying opportunities. Even like the Ninetales card in that, there might be some buying opportunities on those singles as well, due to the fact that the low PSA 10 rates, and then when they do start getting, so for example, since September 1st, so September 1st it was $180 for the Cleffa, and now it's $265. So we've seen, you know, right there, you're seeing a $60 value increase, or sorry, an $80 value increase from the beginning of September to the end of September. So even in a 1 month, we're seeing some really good value changes in these cards. I know the Charizard, someone said that one's close to $700 right now. I think I heard on the channel today. So it peaked out at about $750, came back down. We're about $700 in the PSA 10. We've seen another one. So September, on these older Scarlet and Violet sets, we're starting to see some spikes on the actual singles. But I will say, when it comes down to graded market, be very, very cautious on the graded market, because even though it's really, really hot now, if the market does correct, we see a price reduction on the PSA 10 side of things. Buying PSA 10s or grading them yourself is very, very, very good practice, because they could drop, lose favor, people aren't looking for them anymore, and when that happens, the value doesn't really climb when other stuff starts to climb around it. So that's always something to be considerate when you're looking at these. We go single prices. Of course, the Obsidian Flames, I think a lot of people know, is now up to about $325 currently. So we're seeing some really good movement on that as well. Last month, let me pull up in the last 6 months. So if we go back in the last 6 months, we went from roughly $195, and we're currently today we're up to $325 at this point in time. So once again, doing some decent products, decent movement in a lot of these early Sword and Shield, especially in the, or Scarlet and Violet, sorry, say Scarlet and Violet, not Sword and Shield, especially in the last month. So since the end of August to today, we've been really seeing some increases on them early things. As we've gotten past Worlds, a lot of people in the hobby, even myself, start feeling more secure in that, because the chances are of them going back and reprinting these products versus current in-play products gets to be very, very rare. We usually don't see very many reprints past that 2-year mark. That's something that I feel more secure at this point in time, that if I hadn't already purchased into Obsidian Flames about a month ago when we knew that that was happening, I probably would have been going on that. Yeah, the shilling is real from the PokeTubers. Now, I've always made it a good practice that I don't sit here and shill things that I'm selling. So I don't have any Obsidian Flames booster boxes for sale right now. The only thing I have for Obsidian Flames that I even have for sale currently is that there are 3 of these on there, and I'm not even going to talk about blister packs. So, I mean, I don't shill. I don't put out there things that I'm currently selling. So if you're looking for this product, yeah, maybe 3 years down the road, you see this video, I might have it listed. But currently, I don't sit here and tell you to buy things that I'm currently listing for sale. If I'm buying it, I'm not selling it. So that's just my philosophy. It has been my philosophy on this channel. It has been the way I've done it for the last 4 years and selling 3 years since I've been selling stuff online and on TikTok and other sources. So if you're seeing me telling you I'm buying it or you should be buying it and I'm buying it, I'm not selling it. So that's exactly how I always do things. I'm not shilling product. I don't believe in shilling product. It's a natural market. Crown Zenith again was 180 for the booster or ETBs as of the end of August, and now we're already up to about 225. And right now they've kind of flatlined for the last week and a half here since roughly the 16th. Haven't seen much gain in them, been sitting right around that 225 mark, but that doesn't mean that they're stagnant at this point in time. I just think people are hyped up on the mega sets for the last 2 weeks, especially with the release of the new set coming. So we're starting to see some of the older sets stagnate on the releases of new sets. We can go back to that ETB2 and we can look at, when black and white releases. If you look at these charts, it's kind of interesting because you can really see when there's releases of sets. So if we go into June, so before black and white, we can see it going up in price, and then all of a sudden there's a flat spot here where it didn't really do anything for about 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden at week 4, it started to go up, and then it went up. And then we see in August here, it went, kept going up all the way until September. So you can see the flats where it's actually happening at this point in time. So yeah, there's definitely a trend to current older products. So you can almost watch when the new releases. So everybody's hype shifts to the new stuff while it's coming out, and then they kind of shift back and they're starting to buy some of the older stuff as the market cools on the new stuff. So as the new sets kind of cool, demand drops on them a little bit, then we're starting to see that kind of shift back and forth. So just so you guys are aware that is a trend that is currently happening. So if you are buying stuff and you know that there's a new release of a product, then might be a good flat spot to get into it. Gets you an opportunity to maybe get a little timing on it. Possibly a bit of a retract. A couple of the sets have had retracts at that point as well. So that might be a good chance to jump into some of the other. I think I've said that before too, that we can see when new sets release, we see a retraction on some of the other sets just because people are shifting or liquidating, trying to get money for the new sets, especially with Phantasmal Flames coming forward. Some of this older stuff might really have some good opportunity moving into that. Sucks Spider-Man set flopped. Feels like they drew more people to the mega set. Yeah, I think Spider-Man will do all right, but I think right now it's in a flop. It's just people aren't. Honestly, I've opened a couple of them now with the kids, and it's not a bad set. It's kind of cool seeing the nostalgic comic book characters in it. But overall, it just doesn't feel as much as the hype up was on it, personally. I think that they hyped it up a little bit more than what they gave, and it's really caused that kind of flatness to that set currently. Let's see here. Dragon or Steel type Eevee will be nuts. Yeah, if we ever get one. Pokemon has put out a statement on that they would love to do another Eevee, but there's so much fan art out there currently of Eevee evolutions for all the different typings that it's very difficult for them to come up with one that's not proprietary to them. So the problem is that like someone that goes and like for them copying Oho, and by doing that, they owned Oho before that fan art was done, which means that they have the proprietary rights to it. They would just have to list him as an artist, but they have the rights to the imaging and the name of that card. While if they try and make a new evolution and there's a fan art of it, then they would have to buy that proprietary information from that individual. So it is different if someone else has already created it and you haven't yet. But Oho's already had a trademark on it, so that's why that situation happened. Plus, he had sold it as a commission. Can't commission something you don't own the intellectual property to, which is the situation on that. If Pokemon doesn't create something brand new that nobody's ever seen before and there's already fan art, they have to pay for the intellectual property, which is a situation that Pokemon has kind of stated that it might be very difficult to do a new evolution anywhere in the fan. You can thank to all the people with the fan arts right out there right now. I love Fusion Strike Full Art Espeon. I absolutely agree. Really, really nice card. I think that that and the Gengar, really, really nice card. I think there's a lot of alternate arts in that set that people just forget about. Celebi, another one sitting inside of that set. Really, really nice card when it comes down to that. So that Celebi card is sitting out there in that set. Let's open it up, because there's so many of them that you almost forget all the alternate arts that are in Fusion Strike. Chilling Reign's got a ton of them as well. So yeah, I mean, you get the Espeon, the Mew VMAX is alright. You got the Mew V, I think that's a decent one. The Celebi V, you have the Inteleon VMAX, Genesect inside of here. You got Greedent, yeah, there's Silicon, Cobra. So the only one that I was kind of forgetting about was the Inteleon, I think is a fairly decent card as well. Genesect, pretty cool card when it comes down to Illustrator Rares. I really like Chilling Reign. I think Chilling Reign has a lot of slept on alternate arts right now inside of it. I keep wanting to say Illustrator Rares, but alternate arts inside of it. Apparently my thing is frozen. There it goes. So if we go Chilling Reign, I'm going to list off some of the alternate arts inside of here that people won't even remember are in the set, because there's a lot of Chilling Reign alternate arts. Battle Style is really short. Of course, Evolving Skies, we know that there's all the evolutions inside of that set. Why is this being so slow? Of course, this thing wants to take its time. Pokédad is like crashing right now. I want an amazing full art. Destin's Rivals one didn't hit like the Lugia from Silver Tempest. I agree. I think that the Lugia from Silver Tempest is really disliked for the wrong reasons. I think the artwork is very, very good. It's a very, very good representation of like the Lugia in general, the feeling, the persona that he gives in the anime, and how he's been presented to us in the anime. So I think that it's really, really slept on. I think a lot of people don't like the darker feel to it. This dark art sometimes is more driven to someone like myself. I like dark art stuff, but there are a lot of individuals that like more light, flashy artwork when it comes down to particular with Pokemon for some reason. Alternate arts in Chilling Reign that you may have forgotten about at this point in time is going to be the Slowking V is inside of there, the Zeraora V, the Rapidash V, one of my favorite ones. I think it's really slept on, and that's already up to $60 as well. You got the Calyrex inside of here, the Blissey V, another one that's kind of hidden inside of here that people forget about. So you got Calyrex V, Ice Rider, and Shadow Rider V inside of here. Plus there's two versions of it, a V and a VMAX version. You got the Bird Trio, so you got the Moltres, the Articuno V, and the Zapdos V inside of here as well, both in the Galarian forms. But I think that Rapidash, one of them, I really do enjoy it, and I know that a lot of women really enjoy Rapidash, especially Galarian Rapidash with the unicorn look. Definitely a big driver, too, in that market. So there's a little dual purpose to that one, but overall, it's been doing really well. A lot of the alternate arts have been doing fairly well in the last 6 months. So, yeah, you go raw right now, it's staying about 50. It's gone up about $5 in the since August. So August is 50, it's about 58 now. So we've seen about $8 increase in the last month, which, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're talking about percentage-wise, that's still about a 10% gain, 12% gain in a month on a card. So that's still not doing too bad. And they're going to continue to go up in that upward direction. Let's see here. I got like 8 3-pack Destin's Rivals, blisters of Obsidian. I only bought the Obsidian booster bases from Brian at $127 a box. Yeah, and they were even cheaper than that at one point in time. I think I did a video back in 2023 when it first came out, like right when Paradox Rift came out, roughly. 151 was already out at that point in time, when they were like $85 a booster box. You could buy a whole case of them for like $550, and it was a fantastic price. A Charizard set, you know, $85 for a Charizard set is insane for a booster box, especially at that point in time. And once again, you would not be doing wrong by purchasing or jumping in on them low price booster boxes for sure. Any of them. You can go back and what low price booster box did you buy at $85 right now that 2 years after you bought it you'd regret? Chilling Reign, didn't regret it. Go back to Battle Styles, slower moving, still don't regret it. The overall booster boxes have still gone up in value and have continued to move up. So when you bought those at $75 a booster box, you're really not regretting it. So low price booster boxes, way under MSRP, have never really been a bad buy, have not really had an issue when it comes down to the overall performance of them futuristically. Let's see here. Blitzkrieg Jacob, I would wait on those old classic Umbies. Well, only rockets like those are grails. Yeah. Let's see here. My fingers can't speed type. It's looking through here. See what I missed up here real quick? We're just going to kind of go through. Did ME just have a big spike? Yes. There's a lot. You got to be careful with Mega Evolutions, though. Because people are forgetting. The general population right now is forgetting that we're on a wave system as well. So just keep that in mind as we're moving forward. I mean, the PCs, $200 already on them. We got the regular ETBs right now, $100 a shot. Just in the last hour or so. I have not seen it in the last hour, but I haven't been looking. I got it open. I just opened it up right now, so let's see what's going on. It's been going up for the last couple days. I mean, we're nowhere near pre-release. Yeah, I mean, it's up about $25. So the booster boxes are up about $25. That's the enhanced booster box. Sleeve blisters right now are at $9 a piece. So they're coming back up because they dropped down to about $8.75. They're back up to about $9 and starting to move up. But there is the product level wasn't very high. And a lot of people have to take into consideration at this point in time that we are getting wave and wave and wave and wave. Oh, my collector app just showed a big jump. No, it hasn't been a huge jump on anything. It's been slow and gradual. We kind of had the dip here for the last week, and now it's coming back up just because the fact is that we just don't have the product out there. We're going to be seeing more product coming at some point in time. We know more product's coming at some point in time. Whether or not it's going to be late October, early November, and then we are getting a booster box reprint. So especially booster boxes of Mega Evolutions, be very, very cautious. We're not getting more, from what I get out of it, we're not getting any more of the enhanced, or we're getting more of the enhanced. We're not getting the regular booster boxes. So the standard booster boxes, which are also $340, are the ones that I don't, from what I understand, we are not getting a reprint of the standard booster boxes. We are getting a reprint of the enhanced booster box. So just so everybody is aware on what you're looking at on those, that's kind of where we are in the situation right now at this point in time. But yeah, sleeve blisters going up, booster boxes going up, ETBs $100 right now going up. Everything's going up just because of the lack of product right now. But just be really cautious on that. Don't get too excited about it and expect that to continue, because we are getting multiple waves of this product coming out. It's not a one trick pony this time. We're going back to like Vivid Voltage and Battle Styles and Chilling Reign and all them early sets of Sword and Shield. We're going back to wave system. And I think that that's partially because they are having an outside source printing those products. I think that we are seeing things going outside versus being done internally with Millennial Print Group, which is why we're seeing some of the early leaks. We're seeing the issue, or seeing cleaner prints. Honestly, the print quality has been a lot better on the set. For the stuff I've opened anyways, it's been a lot cleaner, especially on the SIRs and stuff. Very, very clean, very sharp cutters right now. But it does seem like the delays are all because of the fact that I think it's an outside source. I don't think Millennial Print Group is doing this one. That's just my feeling. I have no proof of that. I'm sure someone out there might, but I do not at this point. Going up to the front real quick here is just going through Blitzkrieg. Hey, 2 for what? Already went through that. So just so you guys know that anybody has not had a chance at the Sam's Club. So Sam's Club is doing another release of the Prismatic Evolutions Lucario Tyranitar boxes. I believe it's 2 per account, so I don't know if everybody will have the opportunity at them. But you got 5 minutes before that's going to go live, just so you guys are aware of that. And that way you guys can get set up. If you have not had an opportunity, it will be available on Sam's Club. Oh, and you have to have your membership purchased before you do that. Hook me up. Yeah, Joyce is the same thing. Sell while it's hot. Yeah, I mean, I've been selling down a lot of Sword and Shield. Like I said, you can see my shelves are going empty. And if you're in my lives, you're seeing it too. The shelves are just slowly emptying out because I just can't get any product in from distribution, number one. But number two, with this market the way it is, it's just a good opportunity to get these things cleared out of here, and definitely get that all set up and be in the right position, right? So I'm going to check one thing. So I'm going to kind of do this real quick. I am going to see if I can while we're on the live. So maybe while we're live here, I will try and see if I can grab 2 more of these things. But we'll see. Oh boy, never mind. My account's logged out, so I'm not going to deal with it. Never mind. I ain't worried about it. Is the Pokemon Pokemon Soup one classic throwback? It says new. It's got the old cans. So these are the Pokemon ones. Once again, I just randomly get random stuff to put away. I just think they're cool. I have all the ones, even the Halo Mountain Dew, the Code Red, or the Game Fuel. I got the old Game Fuel metal tins that are the Halo versions of it. But yeah, these are the classic. They're kind of the throwback artwork for the Pokemon TCG on the Campbells. Kind of cool. Just something to throw away. Throw on the side there just to have for fun. Jacob says, I'm going to start selling next week once I'm all moved in. There you go. It's a good time. I mean, honestly, it's a good time to liquidate some of the stuff, pay off any bills that you might have at this point in time, and be ready. Because if this market shifts, we get some heavy prints of some of this stuff. All it's going to do is take one set to be a heavy print, and we could see a real change in this market, a real change in the feel. And that might give you a really good opportunity to jump in on these things and really have the liquidity to be able to do that without trying to sell older stuff fast to try and buy newer stuff while it's cheap. You could be all preset with the current market right now at this point in time. Yeah, I did not watch Poke&E video. Yeah, I just caught it right. I haven't even watched the whole thing. I watched the beginning of it. So it's about a third of the way through, and then I went live because I was just kind of watching it while I was getting ready. But yeah, his video, he's kind of got the same feeling. It's frustrating listening to some of the content creators out there right now, and it's definitely something that's not necessarily good for this market at this point in time. Kevin, Black Friday, or is Black Friday going to be fruitful this year with more products than expected? I hope so. That would be the really good thing at this point in time, and I really do hope that we get a lot of stuff. I need a Bubble Me, LOL. Yeah, I'd like to get another one. I hope the new printers get in that overtime. Yeah, hopefully they get a good contract with the new printing company, and we'll probably be seeing that offset. So my worry is Phantasmal Flames is going to be done by Millennial Print Group now, and the print's going to be shit. So you're going to get one nice printed set, and you're going to get one shit printed set, and then one nice printed set, and one shit printed set, because they're doing internally, and they're going to go to crap, and the external ones have standards, so they'll actually do well. Alex and his vending machines, yeah, going through, he talked about grading cards too. I did, brought that up by FOMO, absolutely, but collection boxes and the vending machine, yeah, or put the mystery packs. He said even put mystery packs in the vending, just fill it full of mystery packs. Okay. New business, IOU Pokemon vouchers. There you go, the tulips. That's perfect. I forgot about that. Let's do the IOU. So I'm going to write you a piece of paper right now. So I am going to new Pokemon set. Here you go, iFomo. I'm going to send you this. So you buy this piece of paper. It's a new Pokemon set for $200. And then you go and sell that to someone else for $300. And then Tulip Mania, baby, let's go. Let's go with Tulip Mania right now. That'd be great. That worked so well for the Dutch. How'd you like to be the last guy that had a really expensive tulip that was worth nothing? Yeah, there you go. Just put these in the vending machine. Just put pieces of paper like a certificate in the vending machine for $200. They're going to have like $10 ones all the way down to the extreme new set release for $200. Nobody knows what it is, but yeah, we're going to do it. That's how we're going to support this $1 top bid. Oh man, we could have fun. Don't forget to get the resell for tax write-offs, otherwise you're cooked. Yeah, you want to hold on to it if you're not a business, because you will be burned eventually by that too with the that part of it. I flip. I'm gonna start playing dice. There you go. Good idea. Handy. Do you think it's worth to trade in stuff for an evolving skies? I don't think it's a bad idea. Historically, the booster boxes, we're coming into the season where we might see more movement on evolving skies again. Remember, it seems like Christmas gifts and then also early spring through the tax return season is when we start seeing movement on evolving skies. We did last year. My prediction is that we're going to see more movement on it. Now, I'm not saying it's been completely stagnant, but the number of sales has really been down on it comparatively, which makes sense with the price. It's just consistently kind of moving up, but I think that that's going to continue at this point in time, and I think that you're going to see really good opportunities coming into the spring season to do that. So I think it's going to go up in price at that point fairly well. Just because that's historically when we see the most movement on that set. Because tax returns, people get a little influx of money. Christmas season, people get a little influx of money, and that really does assert itself into some of those higher-end Pokemon products, such as Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is 100 times better than Prismatic. Agree, Horizon. That's my take. Prismatic is not Evolving Skies 2.0. It is not even comparable sets. They don't even live in the same country. They are completely different countries. Evolving Skies is just the perfect culmination of different sets from Japanese that just laid out perfectly to create a shitstorm of a set and made a goated set. I mean, honestly, that set is more goated than any set that I've ever seen in my career in Pokemon. You'd be hard pressed to find a set. Honestly, right now, someone in the comments put a set that you think is more goated than Evolving Sky. Find a set, tell me a set, and why you think it's more goated than Evolving Skies. I can't. That's why when PK was talking about Brilliant Stars outperforming Evolving Skies back in 2022, before the release of Brilliant Stars and Evolving Skies, I was not on that camp. I was in the Evolving Skies camp, and I have been in the Evolving Skies camp ever since. Brilliant Stars is a good set. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I just didn't see it performing as well as Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is just such a goated set. It absolutely is going to outperform Brilliant Stars. You could feel it. You could sense that set by what's involved in it and what's inside of it. Chili Rain Fire Chicken. Oh, okay. The Fire Chicken's going to bring her in. Horizon says, since prices in Pokemon are at an all-time high, thinking if I put any money into the market, it should be overlooked, unappreciated sets. Thoughts on going in on Black and White seems overshadowed. I think that Black and White, you're talking like the Black and White era, or are you talking Black Bolt, White Flare, I guess? I don't think it's overlooked. The problem is that Black and White historically has been one of the worst eras in the Pokemon TCG. Really surprised that they picked that set, that era, to go back and do this fancy reprint with. But overall, I definitely think that it's going to do well. I just don't think it's not a good era of Pokemon. There aren't a lot of Pokemon in there that are like, oh my god, Reshiram, Zekrom, I get it, but even so, they're still not like gigantic hit Pokemon. They're not like standalone Pokemon that everybody wants. I mean, how many times have you asked somebody what's your favorite Pokemon and heard them say Zekrom or heard them say Reshiram? It just doesn't happen very often, right? Seismitoad at $220. Who the heck likes Seismitoad? That is such a goofy one. Mariletta, I mean, that's another one. It's there, but it's Kyurem, another. Like I said, you look at the actual characters in it, and there just isn't anything that's like, oh my god, this is the best Pokemon ever. It's just Black and White is always not, as long as I've known it, Black and White just has not been like that big hit. Yeah, it did not see a big following in the old Black and White sets. There still isn't. I mean, Black and White is just not really. Victini is beloved now. Yeah, Victini has really got a lot of love now because of the set and the illustrator rare. But in general, the set itself, Black and White era is just it's kind of like Heart Gold, Soul Silver era too. Even Platinum or Platinum era. It's just not. It was kind of the dying. 2006, a lot of us OGs left. A lot of us kind of moved on. There were some people like Eli, that's what we kind of talked about when we did live, Eli from Pokemon USA. Right as I was leaving, he was the age where he was coming in. But there was really a big dump, a real drop when it came down to the actual sets in the Black and White era. Black and White era has been voted, picked and chosen as one of the worst eras in the Pokemon TCG. I still think to this date it is. I don't know for sure if anybody's done a new vote. That was back in like 2022. But right now, it's just not a beloved era. I mean, there's just not a lot of love to it. So you're taking a risk. It's really slowed down. I've got Black and White. It doesn't move as fast as it used to. But it's definitely, I don't think futuristically I could see it still doing well just because there is a lot of illustration rares. There's a lot of good artwork in the set. And I think that the artwork may be a draw to that set more particularly than the actual characters themselves. I think the characters and their artwork are definitely going to be something that will draw people in and bring them in. Like Machino, I kind of like the Machino art. Mogul, I like that one as well. Cubchoo, I think is kind of cool. Chichino, I kind of get it. They're good artworks. I think they're really well done. I'm going down the list real quick through Black right now just to see if there's anything that even I would go back and chase. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many Illustrator rares in it that you think that by default there'd be something in here. But, yeah, I mean, well, let's go to white. Gonna give it the fair shake. We're gonna go to white real quick and see. That was Zekrom. I mean, the Reshiram is alright. It's not the greatest. Caldelio, I think, is really, really cool. I like that one. Zoark, I do like the Illustrator rare for Zoark as well. Chandelure. So I'd say white probably has a few more that I would be chasing. The Chandelure, but I like Chandelure. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. Just going through the Zebstrika. It's pretty cool. I like the artwork, that darker persona again. I'm kind of a dark persona type of guy on that one. Lampet, another one. I could go for it. Dark feel to it. Kind of the conclusion, I just like dark Pokemon. Dark Pokemon artwork. Yeah, I mean, there's some, but it's just not as heavy. There's just not. It's the same as black and white from before, in my opinion. I trust Pokemon more than 99% of the companies out there. I agree with that. If you're looking at investment, I think Pokemon's pretty secure. The problem is that we got to get kids back into this hobby. You can't keep